Hello, 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 and welcome to this week's episode of the Digital Pollution Podcast. You have myself and, of course, my co-host Cub.
Yes, hi everyone.
Hello.
And, I just finished with the upcoming review today.
Oh yeah.
Uh, the second from the next two, because all the reviews in less time. Maybe you have got that there are always two videos, like with Final Destination and so on. And this one also is part one. And next week is part two from Dorian Gray. But after that, there's Phantom of the Opera. And I just
Excellent.
finished today part two. It's also a two-parter. And I always do that, by the way, when it comes to Hammer movies in general. Because then I normally start the second one with the Hammer one, which is normally from the 60s. And then I can use my Hammer intro
Yeah.
that I created for the Hammer stuff. So then you have this cool combination, because I really like this Hammer intro in combination with the Dark Universe intro.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you get best of both worlds, kind of, at the same time. Yeah, and so I can make extra intros for that with the music. I can create new intros just for this Hammer Dark Universe combination. I like to do that. Most of the time, it's the best thing in the video, the intro.
Well, you said it, mate.
No, but yeah, but really, this is how it works. Because you have to catch your audience in the beginning.
Well, of course you do. Yeah. I guess.
And when you have them the first 30 seconds, then this is it. Then you have your view, and that's it.
One way to do it, I guess. Yes.
Yeah, but normally I also deliver. So most people probably are just shocked when they get really a delivery after that.
Yeah. Yeah. Then they realise you're German and then switch off.
Yeah, but who is better prepared to talk about a pact with the devil?
Indeed.
Because if you can remember Faust with Mephisto, the pact with the devil. So the very first literaturely best known pact with the devil is the one from Faust, here from Goethe. Here, the most famous German author.
Yes, I'm familiar.
And yes, and it's one of the best stories also. I like both books, Faust 1 and Faust 2. There is a Faust 2. People often don't recognize that. So it's Faust 1 and Faust 2. So Faust 2, by the way, is the long one.
Where is
Yeah.
this fucking thing? No, not fucking. Stupid keyboard. So, I'm just looking for something.
Yeah, so first off, how did you like the Dorian Gray, the first part of Dorian Gray?
Yeah, it's alright, dude. I wouldn't mind trying to get hold of that. Did you say it was from 1912? Did you say
1915.
1915? I wouldn't mind get hold of that.
Yeah, it's just 15 minutes. 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah, I think 20 minutes, and there are missing parts in it, but not big chunks or something like that. Just little scenes that are missing, clearly missing. Because when you have seen my review, maybe you have recognized that sometimes the picture just stopped. And the,
Go on,
for
carry on.
example, when he leaves his the woman, he wanted to get the singer, he wanted to the actress, he wanted to get married with. When he leaves her, you can clearly see how the picture stops, kind of, and you just have kind of stills only for a few seconds.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
I'm with you
and
now. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and these are missing parts of this version. But these parts are very small. There are just small parts missing, so you kind of have most of the movie. And by the way, it is the only one that has a Shakespeare actress, like in the novel. All the other ones ignore that. In all the other ones, it's just stupid singer or whatever, or even bartenders or whatever. But never. This is the only one that sticks to the novel. This lost version. It's crazy. It's so. These are little details, and I really can't get my head around that. Why the hell shouldn't they stick to it? Shouldn't they stick to the original? Because, Jess, there's something with Dorian Gray that most of the people are not familiar with the novel. And so,
Yeah, me included.
yeah, but the novel is really good. Oscar Wilde, he has only written this novel, but he has also written short stories and things like that. But this is his only big work, kind of. This is his only book. And it's really about the writing. It's like with the authors here, for German authors like Goethe or Schiller or whatever, or Thomas Mann. It's really the language, the use of the language.
Well, yeah.
Is so superior than your normal read.
Yeah, well, Oscar Wilde was certainly a wordsmith.
Yes,
One of my favorite quotes is an Oscar Wilde quote. Fucking work is the curse of the drinking classes.
Yeah, and it's so intelligent when you hear what. Of course, the kind of the main character in the novel is this Lord. What's his name? The one that influences Dorian. This one that tells him youth is the only thing that is worth, and so on.
Yeah,
that has
yeah.
a value. And Lord, just
I can't think either, dude.
yeah. He is really the one that you want to hear what he has to say. He has this nihilist opinions on the views on the world, and he has these suggestions what would be the best for yourself, but he doesn't live up to that, what he does. That's kind of the thing with him. Dorian Gray is kind of the embodiment or the living of his suggestions. Because he doesn't go this far, how Dorian goes. Dorian goes exactly that far, what he is constantly suggesting, this atheist, nihilist worldview.
Yeah, yeah.
So he is really, but it's not just what he says, it's also how he says it. It's so intelligent and to listen to it in the story. It's so entertaining. And this is a 10-hour book, by the way, which I read twice. I already read it back then, 20 years ago, and for the review, I listened to it this time, with the audiobook. And yes, you wouldn't think that 10-hour book or something like that, or 12 hours, you would waste your time with that, even if you have read it already. But no, it was not a waste of time. The opposite is the case. I'm so glad, and the same goes for Phantom of the Opera, by the way. It's also it's also a 10-hour book or 12-hour book or something like that. And it's also not a waste of time that and by the way, Phantom of the Opera, I have read more than one version. I know the Gaston Leroux version, the original one, and I know the version from Susan Kay. And these are the two versions which people should read. Even the Susan Kay one is from 1990 or 1992, I think. Yeah, 1992, and the original version is from 1890. And these two versions, you would think, yeah, the old one is the important one, the original one, and this new one is maybe kind of like a fan fiction or something like that. But it's not. I would even go so far to say that Susan Kay made from the Phantom a character, which Gaston Leroux couldn't or didn't in his original novel. Because the difference between these two versions of the same story, the story that is told from Gaston Leroux is the story of all the other characters with the Phantom who are surrounding him. All the people, because it's made up from reports of them. It's an investigation story, by the way, the original Phantom of the Opera. Somebody is kind of putting all the sources and things together when it comes to this case of Phantom of the Opera. And so you get all the things that were said from all the other people besides the Phantom, because it's after his death.
Right, yeah.
So that's why you get only negative stuff about him, of course, and also he's not a real character in the original novel, because you get only at the very end of the story a few things that he has said, but you never get an insight into this character. So he's really like a two-dimensional villain the whole time. And on the very last pages of the book, you get kind of something redeeming for him, but it's really so late in the game. So, but Susan Kay, her story is from the view of the Phantom, the whole story.
Oh, right.
And she gives also Phantom of the Opera, the original, is just about the opera incident. But where the Phantom, where its origins are and things like that is hinted at a little bit, like that he was in Persia and things like that. And that's why the Persian comes in. But in Susan Kay's case, she tells kind of the whole story outside the opera, from his birth, and of course the opera thing she also tells, but keeps very short. The opera thing is on the last pages of the book, or last quarter or something like that. The whole book is his story. It's the story of the Phantom.
Oh,
And
right.
In this version, the Phantom becomes a real character. You kind of get why he is so cruel and why he does what he does and things like that. Where before you had no clue. Kind of, you thought this is a pure evil bastard. But when you read her book, then you kind of get get it. And the thing also, it's like with Frankenstein. I compared in my review with what Mary Shelley has done for the Frankenstein creature, that you kind of get where the creature comes from, what's going on with the creature. That it is not just a two-dimensional villain, that is a real creature. And so Susan Kay, she makes from the Phantom a real person. And
Cool.
yeah, I really like. I like both books. I like both versions from Gaston Leroux and Susan Kay. And for me, both versions kind of are for me one story. Even if the Phantom from Susan Kay, of course, is a little bit more humanized than the one from Gaston Leroux, has also a different ending. It had to, because the character that she creates is not exactly the same character like Leroux made in his novel. Because, as I said, Leroux, this is an evil bastard where you have no idea why he acts so evil. Parts of the story, you get also you don't get barely any information about him. And I really like the ending from Susan Kay. But she didn't change the ending so much that you can say, oh, it's a retcon or something like that. No, her ending makes really sense when you compare it to the ending from Leroux. The ending from Leroux kind of comes out of nowhere, and for me, it is not well thought out. But you have also watched at the background of these writers, because Leroux, he was a journalist for investigation here, for police investigation, journalist. And so his writing makes sense. For him, the Phantom was kind of the bad guy, and that he had these reports of all the people who got hurt by him. So it kind of makes sense how that his book his story is in this way. And then of course you have Susan Kay, also a woman, and that her story, that her view is more humanized, maybe more of the view of a mother, maybe even. And also from Susan Kay comes the thing that Eric is attached to his mother, because that's also a difference between two versions. Because in the original, his mother had.
Yeah. I'm listening. Where have you gone? Where?
Okay.
There
hey,
you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
hear me again?
Yeah.
How long was I gone?
Only a second or two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I went too long on the Phantom of the Opera. But it's just because this is for me such an important book. Both books, by the way. I love both books. They're so, for me, I'm so attached to this. I'm much more attached to the story of Phantom of the Opera than to the Dorian Gray one. Because Dorian Gray, it's great. It's Oscar Wilde is great, and the story is great. But for me, there is not that attachment to that story than to the Phantom of the Opera one. Of course, because what people maybe don't know in the chat, I'm a handicapped person, and also also a kind of outsider the whole time, my whole life, because I'm a foreigner here in Germany. I'm born German, yes, but I'm a Palestinian. but also handicapped person, and so I get that a little more with outsider figures like the creature from Frankenstein or the Phantom of the Opera, and what they have to deal with. I can get better than other people, I guess.
Yeah, I
Or
suppose.
I'm more attached to that.
Yeah.
And so this is really you can't get higher praise than that when I say that the woman who made a prequel to the story of a man 100 years later, the woman managed to tell it even in better kind of better than the original. So high praise you will never ever get from me ever
I
again
know,
for
yeah.
something.
That's very unusual for you, Cub, praising a woman.
Yes, and two women, by the way, because as I said, Mary Shelley did it first, and she, by the way, wrote the book that everybody else copied, also Phantom of the Opera, with the style. Because this, and also Dracula, by the way, they all the men, they went to they took here inspiration from Mary Shelley from 100 years earlier.
Well,
Because
you know.
if you think about these books, they're all written kind of in letter form or report form.
Yeah, yeah.
When you, and you can take Jekyll and Hyde, you can take Dracula, you can take even what was there was another one monster one that I was talking about. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, it's again this reporting style kind of, where you have the things that people have said and somebody puts it together. If it is with letters or articles or things like that, and they have that from Mary Shelley.
Yeah, indeed.
So she's kind of really the original, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, but as I said, I went too long on Phantom of the Opera because we are going to talk about it in 2 weeks, because it's the one that comes after Dorian Gray. Next week is the part 2 of Dorian Gray, with these new so-called adaptations. They all suck, by the way. And
I can remember
then
the one from
we
like,
get
I don't know, 2010-ish. I think was the last
2009.
one I saw.
Yeah, this one sucks hardest from all of them. This one is really bad. Oh my God.
I can't remember it. I honestly can't remember it.
No, they went all in destroying the story with this one. It's really they had a big budget, wanted to make a huge movie, and really, instead of trying to make a faithful adaptation, no, they said, fuck it. What are these young kids watching today or interested in? Oh, Twilight, gay vampires. Yeah, let's go with that. No, I'm not joking. Twilight is from this time. It's from 2008 or something like that. This is the Twilight time, and so they went full Twilight. They went full Twilight with this adaptation completely. I was shocked. I was shocked when I saw it back then. I thought, oh my God, this is so bad. I can't believe it.
I've only seen
Yeah,
it once. And that was when it came out, so I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, there's the picture moving and jumping at you and stupid things like that. Yeah, it's really yeah, but I explain it in my review. See it, you can see it next week. Oh my God! And again, the old adaptation is again the only one that it's worth mentioning. So this black and white color adaptation from 1945.
45.
This is the only one worth mentioning.
It's definitely the best one, yeah.
Right.
But I quite like the 1970 German production thing. I quite like that one.
No,
The one with
The
Herbert
Ger-
Lom. That one.
this is complete. This is complete trash. This is a
It
sexploitation
isn't.
movie.
It's a good movie. Well, it's not. It's a nice. It's one of them movies which are nice and you can turn the volume down. Because I like the way it's shot.
Yeah, but also it plays in actual times. It doesn't even play in the right
Yeah, it doesn't
right
matter.
time.
It doesn't matter as long as it's entertaining.
And also here the most important character is completely missing from this from here Lord not what's the name? I had to look it up. Yeah, Lord Henry. Yeah, Lord Henry. Lord Henry is missing, kind of. He's this Herbert Loom character, which
Yeah,
is
well,
nothing like Lord Henry in the book.
doesn't matter.
He's nothing like him.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Lord Henry is the story. Lord Henry is this. He's the most important character in the novel.
Well, yeah, because he's the one who was. Well, I wouldn't say orchestrated. Yeah, go on. I would, yeah. He's the one who puts ideas in his head and stuff, isn't he?
He's the one who puts ideas, but also he's the one who constantly is explaining kind of the world to the audience by talking to the people, by talking to the women and men, and so you get most things. He's kind of the story. For me he's so probably the only entertaining thing in this story. Because with Dorian Gray himself, he's really, because he's so cold-hearted or whatever. You don't get much from his character or something like that. Because he's missing any conscience, or what you say, and you get most from the people around him, and most of it from Lord Henry, and of course from his friend here, the guy who draw the picture. He's kind of like his consciousness. He's the consciousness of both, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and so by killing him is really like killing your soul.
Yeah, well,
This is really
it's an extension of Oscar Wilde dealing with his duality, isn't it?
yeah, but it's also, as I said, the story itself is really good. It's really interesting, and I would really like to see a faithful adaptation. But it's like with Jekyll and Hyde. A faithful adaptation would be, I guess, too boring for most people. Because in in Dorian Gray, it's all about the dialogue. There is not much action in the book, in the story. The action comes through the dialogue. It's through the when they talk with each other. And the things that they say and they think and thoughts and things like that. This is what this novel is. And so for most people, a really truly faithful adaptation would be probably too boring. I would guess.
Maybe.
But of course not for me. I would really like to see, oh my God, a faithful Frankenstein adaptation, a faithful Jekyll and Hyde adaptation, faithful Dorian Gray adaptation. Oh my God, this would be so great. Or also a faithful Phantom of the Opera adaptation we kind of got, surprisingly, because you have no idea how faithful the silent movie version sticks to the novel.
Oh, that's the best version anyway, the 1925 one.
I was shocked to my bones.
It was fucking Lon Chaney in that, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah. When I rewatched it, I was shocked directly after listening again to the novel. And I was shocked to my bones how faithful it sticks to the novel. And that no other version is even near this faithful. It's shocking, really. It's crazy. So my absolute favorite version of Phantom of the Opera movie version is the silent one.
Well, it is the best one. That's why.
It's the only one. It's the only one because in the next one, in the color version, they already changed the origin of the Phantom. No, he's not handicapped by birth. He's an acid victim.
Yeah. I think I've seen that in one of the versions. Yeah.
And then they took this approach forever. All the other adaptations, they also took the same approach. Besides here the TV ones, there are one TV version that doesn't go with that. But it's not really a book adaptation. It's a musical. It's a musical adaptation, but not as a musical. It's a normal movie but it's based on the musical version of the story.
Right, I'm with you.
But at least they go with the birth defect with this one. At least. But yeah, Phantom of the Opera. It's for me. It's also. And also, I kind of finished with the Universal Monsters, with the Dark Universe. It's the last one. I finished it today, the last video on this subject matter.
Right.
It's not aired on YouTube because on YouTube you are still missing the two Frankenstein ones, 4 Jekyll and Hyde ones. The Phantom of the Opera ones, yeah, of course. Yeah, so you on YouTube you are missing that because that's the upcoming ones. They are coming up, but I finished now with editing and writing and things like that. I'm finished with the Dark Universe and with the Universal Monsters. For me personally.
Until Hollywood tried to reboot it.
Yeah, no, there is an upcoming Frankenstein review already planned for December, for the November Guillermo del Toro version. But it's already put in the fake Frankenstein adaptation fraction. Because I already know that it is not faithful to the book.
Well, I'm not bothered about things like that as long as the film's entertaining.
Yeah, man, probably it's entertaining. I don't know, but it's another missed chance for me personally. Another missed chance for a faithful adaptation. Probably on my lifetime, I will never ever see a faithful adaptation to these stories ever, ever. Which is just sad. Because we have now the technology. We could make a faithful adaptation of Frankenstein. Why not using an 8 feet tall monster? Why not? An 8 feet tall creature. Well, where's the problem with that?
Well, even with the limitations of whenever, you can still make it to appear larger, you know what I mean? There's ways around it filming.
Yeah, if you would have gone to Jack Arnold, told him, make a Frankenstein adaptation.
Yeah, somebody like Jack Arnold, yeah.
Yeah, 8 feet tall creature, he would say, no problem. We can make it 9 feet tall if you want.
Yeah, yeah.
But nowadays, nobody, since 100 years, nobody made this decision to go with the original creature. Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Jess,
No idea.
why? 100 years.
Well, it's just
This
the way
is
it is.
crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah. And also the look of the creature. Really, I'm so pissed. It is described in the book. And you just go after the description. And you can make up whatever you want for the rest. But it's not precisely described in the book. And that's it. But at least stay to the few things that are described in the book. Which is the tall, which is how the lips look, how the eyes look, how the color of the skin looks, and that you can see veins and things like that. This is all described in the novel. What the hell is the problem with that? I really don't understand why nobody. You could make an adaptation and make a movie and say the first really true adaptation. This would be a selling point or not.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it would be, yeah.
Yeah. So this is really, this is an idea, so nobody ever thought of that? Because it's public domain also. Damn it. I can tell you, probably I'm going to be the only one who makes a true adaptation to these things,
There you go,
to
cool.
these stories.
If you want to see, if you can't see the film you want to see, make it yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Really, I could totally see that. All these stories are public domain. Somebody really could make a faithful adaptation if he wanted to, if he would take it seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
But enough about that. Yeah, but it's really when it comes to Phantom of the Opera, this is just a personal thing, because the book back then I read it because of my first girlfriend, because she read it. Yeah, this Susan Kay version. It was actually it just came out. It was a bestseller, a big hit, whatever, and I just read it because she was reading it, and I wanted to talk with her about it when she finished it, and so I read it on my own, and I was completely blown away. I thought, oh my God, it's one of the best stories I've ever read.
Nice.
So well written, so interesting character, and first time that this Phantom character made sense for me, because before that, as I said, was kind of two-dimensional villain who was constantly blackmailing his way through his life. So
Yeah.
yeah, and also in the original story, yeah, but no, as I said, never ever start with me talking about the Phantom of the Opera, because as I said, this is one of my favorite stories. Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, I kept out in my reviews all this musical crap, especially the Andrew Lloyd Webber
Oh
abominations.
shit! Yeah, I forgot he fucking did that musical. I'd forgot all about that even thing existing.
Yes, and that it stays that way, that people forget that. I'm not going. I'm just mentioning it in the beginning of my video, telling that I'm not talking about this crap ever.
Yeah.
I will never, ever, ever talk about crap from Andrew Lloyd Webber, who is for me is the biggest hack on the planet. I can't stand this fuck because he ruined.
He made some fucking money though, dude.
Yeah, but he ruined two of my all-time favorite books. The stories. Les Miserables is one of my all-time favorite books. And his stupid musical, I hate. I hate it with a passion. And the same goes for Phantom of the Opera. Oh, yeah, but it is about an opera. So why shouldn't they sing? Why shouldn't they make an opera out of it? Sure.
I can remember working in a music distribution warehouse at the time of the Phantom of the Opera. And fuck me, did that sell some units. The Andrew Lloyd Webber double album. Fucking hell, it sold loads.
And the music sucks.
I've never actually heard it, dude. I have never actually heard it.
Oh yeah, I heard the complete album because my girlfriend back then, my first girlfriend, was of course a huge, because she bought the book because she thought it's about the musical. That's why why she bought the book back then. She thought the Phantom from Susan Kay is the musical version. And she was a huge fan of the album here of the songs here from Phantom of the Opera, and so I had to listen to them, which really sucked. I tell you, but I've of course never told her. By the way, I of course said, yeah, it's fine, it's okay, but it's not okay.
Yeah. I can just remember forever picking the fucking orders of that bastard album. It was fucking selling like fuck at the time.
No, but
I got
really,
so sick of fucking seeing it on the order list.
Everybody thinks that Phantom of the Opera is the stupid musical, and everybody thinks Les Miserables.
I don't know about that, dude. I think most people are familiar with the 1925 movie.
No. I assure you, most people think it's the stupid musical, and most people, and when it comes to Les Miserables, it gets even worse. I think nobody knows even that this is a normal story and not stupid musical from the get-go. It's one of my all-time favorite books, and the stupid musical version completely ruined it for me. I hate it. I hate it. Really. Yeah, but as I said, we'll never, ever, ever, ever make a review on anything Andrew Lloyd Webber. Ever. Wow. So this is a promise here.
Good. And we'll hold you to that promise.
Yeah. And that's the sad thing is, of course, I also couldn't talk about Phantom of Paradise from Brian De Palma, which I like as a variation of the story, but of course, it's an entertaining movie. It's an entertaining music, if you like musicals.
Yeah, see, I suffered through it once. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing ever, and I never rewatched it after watching it, but I didn't hate it or something like that. I thought it's okay. Yeah, it's not the worst thing ever, because at least you had there some rock songs or whatever, and yeah. But I also excluded that from my review, and I mentioned that I'm not going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and it was a flop anyway. Can remember.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Huge bump. Yeah, but there are also some good musicals, like Tommy, for example.
Well, yeah, but I prefer the actual Who album.
Yeah, and also, of course, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Blues Brothers.
Fuck Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's just for weirdos.
Hey, my two favorite musicals are Rocky Horror Picture Show and Blues Brothers. Of course, Blues Brothers on the top. Of course.
I can't stand Rocky Horror Picture Show. I fucking hate that film with a passion.
No, I'm not. I really like that movie,
No,
and I
it's for
like it.
fucking weirdos, man.
No, I like it for for its consistent style, because yes, it's for weirdos, whatever, but it's it is consistent in its world building. Everything what you see there, for me, makes total sense in this world. And so,
I can't fucking do it. It's the movie equivalent of a fucking hen night. Fuck that.
yeah, but I also like the songs in that.
I can't stand any moment of it. I fucking hate it.
Hey, science here the introduction song, double program, or here science fiction, or what it's called. It's such a great song, but it's just sung with the lips, directly the introduction song of the movie. The best song for me. Oh,
I just fucking hate it. It's for weirdos and gay people. It's not for me.
no, I disagree on that because
Dude, you won't go to the fucking
for
shows,
me,
mate. It's full of fucking homosexuals.
I know transvestites and things like that. Yeah,
And all that
yeah,
weird
okay.
bullshit of throwing shit at the stage and oh god. I hate everything to do with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I can't stand it. I fucking hate it with a
No,
passion.
yeah, but it's isn't it weird? Since I'm always going against gay shit and things like that, my whole life. But when it comes to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, it's one of my all-time favorite movies.
No.
Which, by the way, which I also watch from time to time,
Well,
because I really
I still think you're in the
like.
closet, Cub.
Yeah, whatever. Uh, no, no, because I really like the music also. This helps enormously when you like the music in a musical. It's a big help or not.
Well, yeah, it would do, yeah. I, on the other
Yeah.
hand, I fucking hate all the songs. I just hate it from start to finish. I can't stand that fucking thing.
Yeah, really? Even Time Warp?
Especially Time Warp.
So you won't do the Time Warp again?
No, fuck no.
Hey Jess, let's do the Time Warp again.
No, fucking never. I'd rather watch that piss poor sequel than the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Actually, no, I
Which
wouldn't.
really sucks.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't watch either of them. I can't stand either of them. So fuck off.
Uh,
What was it
what's
called?
it called?
Aftershock or
It was
something like that? Was it called? I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I think after
Something like that one is. Something shock or something or other. I don't fucking
uh,
know. I can't remember. I don't care.
yeah, it comes together with the Rocky Horror Picture Show, by the way. When you I have the original DVD, and when you buy it, you get here the part two with it, because
Well, yeah, because they wouldn't
nobody,
be able to sell it
uh,
on its own, would it?
no, it was a huge flop, and nobody talks about it, and it's got, but it's just shipped with you get it just for free.
Hang on, I'm missing out something on the chat here. What's that?
Yeah, and also the second one is had just one good song, the title song, which is also the title of the movie.
To answer Mohammed, not really, no, dude. You're not really missing anything.
Huh?
Like the movies I upload, most of them are, just run of the mill, nothing special,
Huh?
and like Greg was pointing out, it's what I can get away with, and and even sometimes I can't even get away with that. I mean, the next movie is Bad Movie Night, so
Yeah, but normally you only upload uh, special things. Yeah, shock treatment. Yeah,
That's
that was
it.
the
That's
part.
the fucking thing. I knew it had shock in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, shock treatment. That's
yeah,
the fucker.
yeah, shock treatment.
Yeah, terrible fucking film.
Could you ever get through it, by the way? Have you watched it completely through?
I saw most of it once with a girl I was going out with a long time ago.
Yeah,
But
because I saw it. I hardly remember anything from it.
I can't remember anything about it, and that's the way I like it.
No, it's really just fragments. I know that I like the title song, but that's it. And it is about shock therapy, like the song said, shock treatment, hair therapy, I think.
Yeah, you're right there, Greg. Yes. Because you know nobody else matters, Greg. You know this.
Yeah, no, I know because of the copyright and things like that. But normally, on you have on your channels these movies that are something special. That's what I remember.
No, do I fuck? No, not really. Like I say, the next movie on my channel is a bad movie. It's bad movie night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, The Girl with the Golden Boots. And I do believe Mystery Science Theatre even did an episode on that. So, you know, that shows how much quality the film is.
Hey, you are now one of the big channels with 6,000 subscribers.
It's all meaningless, dude. It doesn't matter if there's 6 or 6,000. It's all meaningless, and it can all go away tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
No, but it just it's so unusual that I have a clear one. It's just one number, 6,000. It's not 6,001 or 6,020 or something like that. It's 6,000.
I didn't even notice until you said, because I don't look at these things. I don't care.
No, I just noticed it because it's just this clear number what you normally don't see on channels. You have normally you have this broke numbers. You don't have this clear just 6,000 or something like that. No.
Yeah, well, don't it? I think it just registers in groups of 10. I think maybe I don't know.
Yeah, 10, or maybe in your case of 100 even.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It's all meaningless. None of it matters.
Hey, you mean nothing else matters? Metallica?
Fuck off with the shit Metallica records. Metallica are only good on the first 3 albums. The rest of it's garbage.
Hey, maybe you need a shock treatment and then we can do the time warp again.
No, fuck no. That will never happen, my friend. Never.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, the old blues guy, Greg. Yeah. Well, blues folk guy.
yeah. Were you able to watch anything of the new movies in the last 2 weeks?
I did. I ended up. I finished watching all the Final Destination movies, and I
now you
watched
have
the new one,
6. Yeah.
and it amazed me how in this day and age the CG effects were the worst in that Bloodlines than all the other movies. I don't know how they managed to do that. It was a feat.
Yes, it's sad that they go so heavy with CG nowadays because
But it looks worse. The CGI in the other movies looks way better.
Yeah, even in part 2. Yeah, I guess because they didn't went full CG, they still used props and things like that.
Well, it's a toss-up which is the worst one now. Part 3 or that new one.
No. Yes, exactly. Part 3. I said it's like part 3. It's on the same level like part 3.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Yeah.
It's. I just couldn't get over how bad the CGI was. I was like, fuck me. I mean, the practical effects were good, but the CGI was really shoddy. And I thought, fucking hell, man, for a recent movie, how can the CGI be worse than the films that came before it?
Yeah. Yeah, the problem with part 3 and with part 6 is they're both kind of just there without really.
I'll give the new one thing. At least it tried to do something different with the story. I'll give it that. Because all the other 5 are just the same fucking film. But at least they tried to do something different with the new one.
What exactly do you mean with different?
Well, with the whole vision thing being passed down through the family and all that shit. At least it was slightly different.
Okay, but this was just a vision from the grandmother to the granddaughter. But what was about the mother? Why didn't she have any visions?
Well, it glossed over that, didn't it? But I think you're supposed to assume that she did, and that's why she went off the grid and shit like that.
Yeah, but she came back and she never mentioned anything from visions.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It was still a rubbish film either way.
Yeah. And also, I didn't really like it that here Tony Todd got this stupid backstory.
I didn't mind that, to be honest. It sort of give you a reason for how he knew about the death thing. I thought that was the part that worked, to be fair. Because in all the other movies, you've got the couple that he's in, you've got no idea how he knows about this shit. He just does.
Yeah, he just does. Yeah, but so, now we have kind of an explanation.
Yeah, but either way, it's still a fucking crap film.
Yeah, as I said, it's like part 3.
Yeah,
it's not
definitely.
Really, because we had an innovation in part 5, if you can remember, where you can kill somebody and then you get his lifetime. And they mentioned it even in part 6. Did you get that?
What was that? Sorry, Cub?
In part 5, we had an innovation. Where the rule that when you kill somebody, you get his lifetime.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Lifetime. And they mention that even in part 6, and they make even a joke about it when they are in the infant part of the hospital.
Yeah. Because they look at the baby and he goes, "Shall we?" He goes, "No, I'm not doing that." Yeah.
Because it's just stupid. Because
of course it is.
With this theory, you say, the serial killer is kind of immortal. Because
they should have never used that one. They should have just stuck it with fucking. If you just cheated death, if you're in line and you cheat death, then that's how you can get out of it. They should have just left it that, not killing somebody. That was just bullshit.
Yeah. And also, with the killing of somebody, when you don't really kill somebody, you are just there when he is killed, and then kind of like you have
it was ridiculous.
And things like
it was ridiculous. When they introduced that, it was like, oh dear, really?
Yeah. Yeah, and let's see when we get Final Destination 7, because...
Well, if that made money, we're going to get one.
Which it already did. It has now already made more money than any other one.
Oh,
and
there you go then. Well, we're definitely getting another one.
And we talk about really more money. We're talking about that the last one that made the most money was part 4. It made 186 million or something like that, and that was the most one till now. But this one is still in cinemas in its 4th week or something like that, and it already made over 250 million.
I tell you what was funny. I watched the first 5, and then I thought, right, I'll go the pictures tomorrow. I'll go to the cinema tomorrow to watch the new one. And I woke up in the morning and it was available for streaming. I was like, fuck going to the cinema then. But I was all set to go to the cinema to watch the new one. And I'm glad I fucking didn't.
And it still is in the cinema, and it's in the top 10 still. It's on the 5th place or something like that in the US.
Yeah, I was going to go to the cinema, and then it came out for streaming, so I thought, fuck the cinema.
Yeah, they're so fast nowadays with their streaming shit.
It's a bad idea, this is throwing all this shit onto streaming.
Yeah, but if they urgently want to get rid of the cinema, I don't care, really.
I do though. I love the cinema experience. It's just that there's nothing worth seeing. That's the problem. Not in my eyes, anyway, because you can fuck all these Hollywood movies. I don't care.
Yeah, and also, but I can't stand people in general.
Well, this is why I go when it's empty.
Yeah. So I don't care for the cinema.
Because I can't stand other people in the cinema either. Fucking popcorn and shit. Popcorn should be banned in the cinema as far as I'm concerned. All food and drink should be banned. You should not be allowed to eat popcorn in the cinema. Fuck off. It should be banned as far as I'm concerned.
I can tell you the good old times when you were even allowed to smoke in the cinema.
Oh, I remember it well. I do. I remember them days well.
Yeah.
I can still remember the first smoke ring I ever blew was in the cinema watching Santa Claus the movie.
And I can remember watching Demolition
and all I did for the entire rest of the movie was just watching myself blowing smoke rings because I'd cracked it.
Yeah.
Fuck Santa Claus the movie. I can now do smoke rings.
Yeah, and I can remember watching back then Demolition Man in the cinema and smoking during watching it. And in the movie about the future, smoking was not allowed in the movie itself. Because, as you know, it's a Brave New World adaptation, kind of. And so in the movie they were talking about how smoking is unhealthy and it's forbidden in this world, yeah. And we were smoking there, watching that in the cinema. Yeah. It was so cool.
We're slowly becoming the world of Demolition Man.
Oh, we are already there. We're
definitely getting there.
No, it's like Demolition Man. When you say something that you are not supposed to say, you get punished. It's like within the Demolition Man.
Yes, it's certainly getting there.
And smoking is forbidden, and meat is forbidden, or it is not looked at well, and things like that. This is exactly Demolition Man, what we have. So.
Yeah, there's too many striking similarities.
Yeah, no, there's really it's frightening. Yeah, frightening to see that.
Yeah, I'll be glad when I'm dead and gone, because I'd hate to see what this world's going to be like in another 50 years. Fucking hell.
I can't wait to see it in another 50 years or 20 years. Yeah, I changed my mind 180.
Well,
This is the first time in my life where I'm looking forward to the future.
I couldn't give a fuck with my lifestyle. I won't be. I won't
No,
be around for that long.
no, I see a positive future for humanity, or for mankind, uh, and this is crazy. This is completely crazy, because I'm a Trekkie my whole life, but I never believed in this utopian future that we will ever get that. I always thought we get Blade Runner or something like that. We'll
Yeah,
never ever
definitely.
get.
Blade Runner seems more
Yeah.
plausible than Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, but now, since I informed myself about Bitcoin and so on, about the philosophy behind it, and I kind of understood it. This is the first time ever where I can see a future, a positive future for everybody, for people in general.
Fuck 'em. I want everybody burning in hell anyway, so I don't give a fuck. I just want to watch the
Normally,
world burn.
yeah, just normally I would agree with you, you know that, but I really, since half a year, since January, since I went into that, looked into it, and things like that, uh, I, I, and since I understood the philosophy behind it, I really now see a bright future. I can't wait. And the beautiful thing about that is it has absolutely nothing to do with what is going on right now. Even if the whole world turns into a fascist dictatorship, at the end,
I think that's a definite. I think that's a given, mate. Yeah, that's
yes, which it
definitely
looks
gonna.
like, and I think that the Bitcoin philosophy is going to save people from that.
Oh, it's a nice idea.
Yeah, because think about it. Everything is about money.
Yeah, of course it is.
And we know that the money system is the reason everything sucks,
Yeah.
because the money system sucks. In short, that's the short version.
Well,
So
there's nothing wrong with
normally,
the money system. It's just that some people have too much of it and some people have none of it. That's the problem.
yeah, and the problem with that is that, for example, people who go work for their money, the inflation eats the work, what they're doing. So the money that they gets less and less. Huh?
It's all right.
Uh,
Go carry on.
uh, so the money that they earn gets less and less worth, and kind of eaten up with the inflation, and also there are people that are printing money for themselves, like central banks and things like that. They just create money out of thin air without working for it. So that's where every problem comes from on this planet, from my point of view. If you would get what you deserve, when you work, you get money, and this money isn't eaten up by inflation or taxes or things like that, I think this would be a win-win for everybody, besides this super duper rich whatever, because they will be the only ones that are not profiting from that system.
They'll find a
Of
way.
course, they can try, but this is the beauty of Bitcoin. It is really that you get what you deserve or what you earn. It is, but it's not that anybody for example, can keep your money away from you, that inflation eats up your money, that you at the end of the day it's half of the worth or something like that. This is not the case with Bitcoin. And when you see that from this perspective, then you see that all ways are going, that this system is going to beat all the other systems, all these clumsy fiat money systems. They are all going away. Because at the end, everybody is going to stick with Bitcoin. If he wants to or if he doesn't. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you would try to work against it or something like that. Because you can't. Because this is a development. This is evolution. Mm-hmm. And this is the beauty about it. So I see a positive future if I want to or if I want to or not. It has nothing to do with what I want. It's just logic. I can just see it. It's the only logical outcome of when Bitcoin finds its way into society, which it will.
Yeah, and the rich will control that just as the same as they do now.
No, they can't.
Yep. They will have. All right, then they'll have a bigger share then.
So what? It's not about how big the share is that they have. It's about that the share that you have doesn't get smaller.
Yeah. I understand that, Cub. Yeah. And, but there'll always be somebody with more.
And yeah, but the thing is, there are other beautiful things.
Don't you think all these millionaires already have invested in Bitcoin?
Yeah, which is okay, which they should do. But there are also already millions of people, normal, regular people, that have Bitcoin, and already. And it gets more with the day. Every day, there become more people. And so it doesn't matter if somebody is trying to get all the Bitcoins on the planet, because he can't.
There's only so many. Yeah.
Yeah, and so at the end of the day, yeah, of course, there will be people who will have more Bitcoin than other people, but at least everybody is going to have Bitcoins or Satoshis in this case, because Bitcoin is 100 million Satoshis. But as I said, it doesn't matter, because even now there is not a company that would be able, or even a government that would be able to have to buy all Bitcoins. They couldn't afford that. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Because when somebody would try that, let's say, let's take an evil company like Amazon or Google or something like that.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah, something really evil to the core.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah. And they would start saying, oh, okay, I want to control this Bitcoin thing. So I'm going to buy. When they start doing that, when they start buying it like crazy,
yeah, but
of course,
buying it and controlling it are two different things.
Yeah, okay, but just buying it, of course, the price would go up, because there are still, from the 21 million Bitcoins, 1.5 million are still not found yet. So they had to. They just can buy what is there, and doing that, the price would go up so high that all their money, all their billions couldn't afford this action. And also, for example, somebody, a normal guy like me, if he doesn't sell, they can't buy shit. And there are millions like me. Millions of people on the planet. No, I mean small, who have just small amount and are not selling. But would sell, of course, if it goes to 1 million or 10 millions or whatever, then they would sell. But then this company would go bankrupt because of that. Because after that, this thing would go plummet again, and then we could buy it back for a fraction, if you understand how the system works.
Yeah.
So there's no danger in that. And I'm really, this is, as I said, I am astonished myself, because normally, till last year, I had really kind of a sad view on life itself, on the whole existence.
Well, that's because life is shit.
No, yes, because I didn't see a way out.
There is no way out.
I didn't see an outcome for humanity, for people, for the planet, whatever. I didn't see a positive outcome.
That's because there isn't one. We're all fucked.
Yes, but as I said, I'm not thinking that anymore.
Well, that's the reality.
And just because the solution is not coming from somebody, a man, a savior, or something like that, no, it's coming from something that is going like evolution. It's finding its way into society. It's not. Nothing can stop it. If you want to stop Bitcoin, you would have to stop the internet itself. Even yeah, but the thing is, the logical, if you think it through, if you understand the system, and if you think it through the end, the outcome is a win-win for everybody, a positive outcome for the whole planet.
Oh.
And that's the beauty of it. Because it's not dependent on anybody. It's not dependent on a savior, or Trump is going to save us or something stupid like that. No. It is it finds its way itself, and it doesn't matter if people are talking good about it or bad about it. It doesn't need anybody. Everybody who thinks that he has anything to do with that is lying to you. This works on its own, and that's the beauty of it.
Oh.
But really, when you understand the system, then maybe you see it the same way. Yes.
Well, all I know, the rich will find a way to manipulate it for their benefit. They'll find a way.
Yeah, but as I said, when you the system itself is not controlled by the rich or something like that. They are not the rich that are controlling it. There is not one company or one group or whatever who is in charge of it or something like that.
Yeah, I know nobody's in charge, but if you've got the money, you can buy this shit. There you go. It's still a free market.
Yes, and there, and people and companies are doing that, and even whole governments are making a Bitcoin reserve. Even the U.S. is putting a Bitcoin reserve to stabilize its worthless dollar. Didn't you recognize that?
Well, yeah, of course they would. Goes without saying.
Even
Capitalism knows no bounds.
yeah, but just
Be it
isn't
digital
that
or otherwise.
yeah, but just isn't that crazy? So, of course, the U.S. knows that the fiat money system is worthless, and that especially the dollar is going down because they're printing too much of it. The
Well, yeah.
inflation, they're going
Was it
towards
an episode of
hyperinflation.
Was it an episode of Futurama or The Simpsons, which sort of explains why you just can't print money? I'm sure it was an episode of The Simpsons or something. Or was it Rick and Morty? It could have been Rick and Morty.
But I don't need an explanation for that because it's clear when you print money.
No, I'm just saying as an overview, like this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the thing is, now,
No, I can't think what it fucking was. It was definitely a cartoon, but I can't remember what it was. Never mind, doesn't matter.
The thing is, every government knows that about their their money system, that it's going down because of inflation, because of creating money out of thin air, fiat money. It's called.
Yeah,
and they know
just
that.
Can't do that.
Yeah, and so now every government is trying to stabilize their systems, their dying systems, with a Bitcoin reserve, which means they are buying Bitcoin in huge amounts, and so the Bitcoin stabilizes the worth of their worthless garbage. But at the end, this is only the dying process is just going to be expanded. Or how you say it in English? It's dying, but it dies in the future. Then not directly now. It's just an extension of the dying process.
Yeah. It's just a slow death. Yeah.
And just now think about it. So they put first 1% as Bitcoin reserve, then 2%, then 5%, then 10%. But at the end, it doesn't matter. At the end, there will only be the Bitcoin will the only thing be what is left.
Yeah.
Because you are stabilizing. This is like
they can't make any more Bitcoin. So yeah.
Yeah, they can't make any more Bitcoin, and at the end, their stupid fiat money is going to be worthless because they can't. When you try to stabilize a thing that is broken with a thing that isn't broken, then at the end you go with the thing that isn't broken and that can't break.
Yeah.
By the way,
Of course you do. Yeah.
and this is the future that I am seeing.
Wow.
And it's beautiful, really. Thinking about that is a very nice thought. It's really, and as I said, first time ever in my life where I have these thoughts, where I'm not constantly thinking about, oh my God, everything's so awful and there's no hope and things like that. No, but it doesn't matter. At the end, the only thing that matters is how you feel.
Of course.
And when I feel good about it, so what?
Well, that's a good thing, dude.
Change.
Of course it is.
Yeah. And as I said, I'm more astonished about that than anybody else, because I would have never ever thought it. Till last year, when you would have asked me, every time I would have told you it's going down, everything sucks, and there's no hope, ever. And so, yeah, I'm curious from now on, in 5 years or in 10 years, what the world is going to look like when this goes on, how I think it's going to go on.
Well, I've probably only got another 10 years left in me, so we'll see what happens in the next 10. Maybe
Yeah, but
maybe
Jess,
15 years if I'm lucky.
Jess, you know exactly the day Utopia begins, and by the way, it's also the day where you win in the lottery, and it's exactly the one day before you die.
Well, I'll have to play.
I kn-
I'll have to play the lottery first to win it. I don't even play the
no,
lottery.
no, but Jess, when somebody asks me when do you win in the lottery, I say, yeah, the day before I die, of course.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's like that old.
Yeah,
It's like that old saying, Cub. If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah, but
Welcome to the hellscape we live on.
yeah, but I already told you the most, the best thing about this Bitcoin thing is the government can't touch your money.
Yeah, that
And
is
this
the beauty of it. Yes.
just beautiful. This is the most beautiful thing because even that I can't spend it, of course, because the government can't touch it here in Germany when you spend it.
Exactly. Yeah.
After a year, it's tax free. But till then, and this is with the actual regulations, because they're working in the EU on other regulations, that they try to tax it longer or make it um, not so easy for you to get your bitcoins or whatever. But they can try whatever they want because this system, that is the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I kind of can't use it, at least the government can't touch it. And I would rather burn my money than give it to the government. Because tax is theft, as you know.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Didn't Oscar Wilde say
Yeah.
that?
Oh, probably. it, it would fit. It would fit. He was a wise man.
Indeed he was.
Yeah, but as I said, this is for me. This is the best argument from all of them. This is finally something where the government can't reach in your pocket, and they can't take it away. They or try to steal it. Even if they would come here and steal all my equipment or whatever,
Yeah,
they can't touch it.
Yeah, they can't touch it. Yeah, yeah.
They can't touch it, and they know that. They can make new taxes, rules, laws, whatever they want. Because when they piss me off too much, then I just leave the country and go to a country where these laws do not exist.
Hey, you'll have to come to England, dude, because we're no longer in the EU. You'll have to come live over here.
But just this. No, but just
I was
this
joking,
is
of
the
course.
beauty.
Go on.
This is also the beauty of it. This is the only kind of money that you can take everywhere with you safely without taking it with you.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Because it never leaves the blockchain. And the only thing that you need, of course, are the passwords and things like that. But that's it. That's it. And then yeah. So yeah, for me, these are arguments. These are really good arguments to look into it.
Indeed.
Yeah, and so I'm going to spread the word, telling people about it, because, Jess, can you remember 6 months ago when I talked about it? I told
yeah,
you,
sort of. Yeah.
yeah, I told you I'm going to watch into that and then telling you what I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my result.
Yeah, good.
That's my final result. It's really a good thing. I was never more satisfied with my life since I know that. Since I know that this exists, that I can be part of it. And it's also crazy because this future could really end up like Star Trek. Because if you can remember, in original Star Trek, they were never talking about money or something like that.
Yeah, because it didn't exist. Everything was for free.
But it wasn't. And something like Bitcoin could really explain that. Something like Bitcoin, if you don't have this fiat money system, if you have a real value system for things, for what you are doing, then you could really get a world like Star Trek. Because think about it. Just think about how much money you lose just with inflation and taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, you come to a conclusion of 90% or something like that.
Mm-hmm. If not higher.
If not higher. But without that, think about it, how rich you would normally be, how affordable things would be, how easy life would be.
Mm-hmm. I get it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could really end up like in a world in Star Trek, Next Generation, where people really only do what they want to do. Because that's exactly how this world operates in original Star Trek. People are not laying lazy on the couch or whatever. People are still working, but they don't have to work for living.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
They're working out of passion.
Yeah.
And this is a thing I never believed in Star Trek. I thought this is an utopia element to the story. But now with Bitcoin, I kind of can see that coming. It's crazy. No, really, it's crazy. It's completely crazy that I ever would have thought that thing here from one of my favorite shows, that this world, also in DS9, when you were watching it, and you're thinking, oh my God, I would really like to live there here on this station, and that could really come true in real world.
Aldo always be in Quark's bar. That's where I'll always be.
Yeah, Quark's bar.
Either that or addicted to holograms like Barkley.
Yeah, and when you think about what they are paying with, they have credits, and then they have exclusive things like gold pressed Latino.
Yeah, gold pressed
like
Latinum, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think just kind of gold. Because
whatever, yeah. It was
no,
just some made up shit for Star Trek, wasn't it?
I know it's a made up shit. They even explained it in one episode. They kind of explained that the gold pressed Latinum is kind of extraction of gold or something like that. Yeah, it's funny. Well, for me, it was just gold. It was.
Well, that's all it is fundamentally. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had here. What was the name of the guy here who always sat at the bar?
Oh fucking hell! He had an entire episode dedicated to him, didn't he?
Yeah,
fuck.
Morn.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, Morn, because
Yeah, because the
he
episode
had,
was Who Mourns for Morn, wasn't it, I think?
yeah, who mourns for Morn,
Yeah.
and
Fucking
in
hell, I
this
remembered
episode,
something. Fucking hell.
yeah, yes, and in this episode, it's revealed that Morn, that his species has two stomachs, and in one of his stomachs, he had gold pressed latinum as liquid in liquid form or something like that
Yeah, yeah.
in one of his stomachs, which was funny. He kept it there, and I think he faked his death because he had so many depths or not in this episode.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm astonished I just remembered something. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I still can remember very good most of the episodes because I really liked the whole the series.
yeah, Deep Space Nine was good. Season 3 onwards.
Yeah, the first two seasons were they found their way really with season 3, I would say. Yeah, but it's also like with Next Generation. Also, the first two seasons,
Yeah,
but then with season 3, it
I like Next Generation, but there's way too many boring episodes compared to good ones as far as I'm concerned. Anything to do with the Klingons, fuck them stories off, I don't care.
No, I wouldn't say that. I like the Klingon stories, really.
I
The
don't.
two-parter
I just think they're
Klingons.
fucking boring.
Wait
Most
a
Next
second.
Generation's boring to me. Most of it.
No, the fight for the Klingon Empire, the two-parter, the Way of the Warrior was it called? That was good. That was a very good one. Really.
Yeah, I don't care about the Klingon stuff.
Also, it was the one with Tony Todd
Yeah,
as the brother here of here, Worf.
yeah, I just don't care about the Klingon stuff. All the Worf-centric episodes were the worst ones, I thought.
No, I don't think so. I thought,
Mind you, that, like I say, most of Next Generation is boring to me. It's fucking rubbish. I like a few episodes, but
yeah,
Deep Space
as I
Nine,
said,
Deep Space Nine was far better.
yeah, I agree on that completely. But I didn't mind the Next Generation ones. But of course, Deep Space Nine was the real thing.
Definitely the best Star Trek show. Well, next to the original.
Yeah, and also they handled the Klingon stuff also much better, much more serious than the Next Generation.
Yeah,
They
go
went
on. I'll give
much
it. I'll
more
give it that. Yeah,
into it.
but they
Yeah, because
but they are still episodes I skip.
yeah, but the world building here with change here, which they started in Next Generation, where Gowron comes to power, and then they continued it in Deep Space Nine, where you could see how his leadership goes. That was really interesting to see, and how even he became a dictator at the
Indeed.
end of his leadership, and he was even killed by Worf.
Ah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah. But Worf didn't. Worf didn't take the leadership. He gave it to
I can't think of it as well. It was his fucking mate,
God.
wasn't it? Oh God, I can't remember his name either.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I have to rewatch that. I've yeah, normally because these are all things that were kind of sideline stories. Huh? What's up?
Fucking Greg's made me laugh. Fucking hell. Oh, man. Oh, dear. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's another thing where Greg is wrong. Reichsmark will never lose its value. The only thing next to Bitcoin which keeps its value. Of course.
The animated Daleks. Which story is that, Greg? You put the link to. What story is it?
I think it's the second storyline.
It's what's it, isn't it? Power of the Daleks.
I think it's the second storyline. It's the first one with the new Doctor. I think.
Yeah, Power of the Daleks. Yeah, I've got that on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I still haven't watched season 4 because I'm going to watch it shortly before our stream, our Cubs Corner stream.
Yeah, because it's the first Troughton story.
Yeah, so that I have it fresh in mind. Because last time there was 1 or 2 months between I'm watching the seasons and talking about it. So I had so big holes in my memory. This time I want to avoid that. So I'm going to watch it shortly before our stream.
I haven't checked on eBay. I've sent an offer in for season 9. I guess you can call it series 9. I put an offer into this guy on eBay. I don't know if he's accepted it. I haven't checked. I'm just looking forward to October when fucking series 2 of Blake 7 comes out on Blu-ray. Fucking that's what I'm looking forward to.
Blake 7? How many seasons does it have?
4, I think. Yeah, 4. Yeah.
I still haven't seen that.
If you like Doctor Who, old Doctor Who, you'll like Blake. Blake 7's way more engaging. The story is fucking brilliant. Blake 7's ace. It's really fucking good.
Hey, when I finish Doctor Who, maybe I give Blake 7 a shot.
At one time, they were all on YouTube. Blake 7 had its own channel, and all the seasons were on, but not anymore for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my hands on it. I don't see any problem.
Oh yeah, you can get hold of it easily enough.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I mean?
I'm first going to finish Doctor Who.
All the DVD rips of all of Blake 7 is available on the high seas.
Hey, I can't hear you anymore.
Can you not?
Now I can again.
Okay.
Yeah, you just went silent. I thought, huh, what's going on here?
Fuck, wrong pipe.
Huh?
Oh, that went down the wrong pipe. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That's better.
Oh my God, this sounds like this monkeypox virus. Which I heard so much about that.
Nah, none of that shit would live in my body. My body would expel such things.
Are you really sure about that?
Oh, definitely, yeah. None of that shit would live in my body. My body
Hey,
my body is far too toxic for any disease to live.
I always said, give the monkeypox a chance. Give it a chance that it can grow to a pandemic like the other one.
I know where that link's come from, Greg. Is it off Doctor Who Classic full episodes? Is that the YouTube channel you got that from? I should imagine. Because they're putting up full stories.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks with Doctor Who, or kind of the worst thing,
is 2005 onwards. Yeah.
No, is that it's owned by the BBC. That's the only.
No, that's the only good thing about it, that it's owned by the BBC.
No, BBC sucks.
Yeah,
because,
well.
Yeah, because every time when I try to use Doctor Who stuff, they ban my video, and it's really sucks.
Yeah, but it's a good thing that it's owned by the BBC and not nobody else. Trust me.
I don't know. BBC, in the hands of the BBC, they ruined it completely. We had the last episode.
Well, that's because they were sucking up with them Disney dollars. That's why.
By the way, have you seen the last episode?
Yeah, I saw them all. Fucking hell, it was a terrible shit show.
Yeah, and then
I don't know why I still watch Doctor Who. Because for fucking... Since Matt Smith onwards, I have fucking hated that show. And it's a show I love. It's part of my childhood, growing up. And I just want it to be good again. But it never is.
Yeah, and we get a spin-off series.
Yeah, I know. Between the Land and the Sea. Yes, I know all about it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer? It looks like a shower of shit. It looks as crap as that Torchwood crap.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer, and I'm never going to watch this crap.
It looks as shit. It looks as crap as Torchwood.
For me, Doctor Who is dead.
Doctor Who stopped in 1989. As far as I'm concerned, there was only 7 Doctors, and it stopped in 1989. That's it.
Yeah, and that's exactly the amount that I'm going to watch, and that's it. I'm going to give the not 1989, 1995.
96, the TV movie.
Yeah, 96. I'm going to give
that is fucking terrible. Jesus Christ. That's when America got involved.
I know, but I'm going to give it another watch after I've seen the whole series. Till then, maybe I understand it a little bit more, because it was the first thing I started Doctor Who with.
You don't really... That TV movie is pretty much standalone, though. You don't really need to know anything about Doctor Who, really, to realise that movie's fucking terrible.
I thought it was terrible, yes, back then. But still, with all the background of all Doctor Who before that, maybe I understand a little bit more, because...
Well, you'd just know who Sylvester McCoy is before he turned into fucking one of the McGann brothers.
Yeah, and also when I watched it back then,
it's not fair that fucking Paul McGann, I think it is. I think that's the McGann brother.
But just
it's not fair that he didn't get a good shake. If anything, bring him back as the Doctor. Actually, no, don't do that.
When I watched it back then, I had no idea who the Master is. I didn't know who the Master is. Now, at least, I know who the Master is. I know.
Oh, Roger Delgado was the best Master.
Yeah, but as I said, it makes a difference if you have seen all Doctor Who before that, before you watch it.
God, fucking Eric Roberts as the Master in that fucking movie is awful. Oh, it breaks so much of the law, that fucking film does. God, I hate it. Yet that shit is canon, and the 2 Peter Cushing movies aren't. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And that garbage is canon.
Thanks God, because they were complete garbage.
I'd rather fucking watch the first Peter Cushing movie over that 96 TV movie any fucking day.
Yeah, probably the 96 one is even worse, I guess.
It's fucking terrible. What they do to the law, it's unforgivable. And that shit's canon. Oh dear.
Uh, After seeing Judy Whittaker and this other guy with Unforgivable, yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Doctor Who's been shit for years as far as I'm concerned. Matt Smith onwards, fuck it. I don't even care about any of that new Who. I don't give a fuck about it. None of it. Not even the Christopher Eccleston one. I just don't care about new Who.
Yeah, but you really like the Capaldi Who or not?
I liked Capaldi as the Doctor, but all the scripts were terrible and it was just garbage.
I know. I know. It was so bad.
Finally got a middle-aged Doctor again. And the stories were fucking awful.
Yeah. What were they thinking?
Oh, it's just bollocks. I don't care about new Who.
This ship has sailed. It's gone. Doctor Who is over.
Seven Doctors, 1989. That's it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm tending to agree even on that because New Who became so bad.
I've never gone back and rewatched any of it. Not even the Christopher Eccleston one in 2005 when it came back, and I liked it at the time. Fucking hey, Doctor Who's back, awesome. And then as the years went on, I cared less and less and less. And when Matt Smith became the Doctor, I was done. Because I fucking hated him. And it's been shit ever since, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I can remember the episode where he became the Doctor.
Fucking stupid twat. Bow ties are cool. I wear a fez now. Fish fingers and custard. Fuck off. Turn the Doctor into a clown. Trying to be Troughton, but not as good. Oh, fucking rubbish. I just don't give a fuck. I'm just glad it stopped, and I'm just glad it's all over with. Well, apart from the cartoon what's coming out for 4-year-old kids. Oh my god, I can't believe that's coming out next.
What is it about, the cartoon?
Who cares? It's for 4-year-olds. And it is literally for 4-year-olds. It's going to be on the BBC's children's channel for preschool kids. It's for 4-year-olds. And that's the next Doctor Who thing we're having.
Yeah. Yeah. Doctor Who is done, yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame. Oh, I hope I get accepted with that bid on Series 9. Fucking hell, that'll be awesome. Get Series 9 on Blu-ray. The Sea Devils.
Yeah, but now
I finally got around to watching that Dexter prequel. I finally got around to watching it.
I didn't. The last one was enough for me.
To be fair, the Dexter prequel isn't as bad as I thought it would be. The casting is really good, apart from Dexter. I don't like the guy they've got playing Dexter. The rest of the casting is fucking excellent. But the guy playing Dexter, he's got one of these weird, crooked mouths. And it just... Oh, I know it's a nitpick. But I just can't get past it. But the rest of the cast is fucking superb.
Yeah, as I said, the last Dexter series here...
Well, we've got the new one coming out next month, haven't we?
I'm not for sure because I'm done with Dexter. As I said, the last one was enough for me. I suffered through it. It was
What was
complete
that
garbage.
one? Was that New Blood, was it? With his son?
Yeah,
Was that one?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so that was enough for me. Enough for me to say, I'm done with
I
Dexter.
don't know. I'll give this new one a watch when it comes out next month. Dexter Resurrection, I think it's called. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, and don't forget, I had to before that I had to suffer through season 7 and 8 here from original Dexter.
Oh God, yes,
These
yes.
last
Well,
seasons there was
well,
so bad. Oh,
the last 3 seasons of Dexter were not very good.
yeah, they were just bad.
Yeah,
And
but
so
I can honestly say though that prequel is actually worth a watch. It's not like unmissable TV or anything. It's not great, but it's watchable, and the cast's pretty good.
yeah, as I said,
It's worth a watch, dude. There's only 10 episodes so far, and it has been commissioned for a season 2, so, we'll see.
but
Because I like the Dexter universe. I quite like it. But like you say, the last 3 seasons of the original show wasn't really up to snuff, was it?
yeah, and also I scrapped my planned Star Wars reviews on all this new stuff.
Nah, don't blame me. Fuck Star Wars, it's dead, Jim.
No, I had for next year when The Mandalorian comes out, I had planned to make 4 reviews on Star Wars, and I took all the material for that and put it on a hard drive, and said no, I'm not
No.
going to.
No.
No, because the thought of it, to suffer through another season of Ahsoka.
Oh, God, I
Or,
know. Jesus Christ. I still can't believe they made another season. Fuck me. As if the first one wasn't bad enough.
Yeah, I just thought no.
Well, the thing is, though,
There's no way.
plenty of
no
people
way.
liked Ahsoka for some fucking reason. I cannot comprehend why, but plenty of people liked Ahsoka. I don't know why.
Yeah, because they're brain dead.
Well, yeah, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? Yeah.
And clearly no Star Wars fans. That's for sure.
No, but I want Star Wars evolve, and it's just that fanboys want it to stay the same, and that's why Andor's so refreshing. But fuck it,
it's also over. Thanks God.
Yeah, well, at least we've got 2 seasons of Andor.
Yeah, because I have decided after Andor, I have decided I'm not going to watch any Star Wars anymore. Any from this new Disney Star Wars. For me, Star Wars is done like Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's dead. I totally agree. It's dead.
Done.
It's done. Yeah, it's dead.
And I can't waste more time on that.
Because at the end of the day, we're not going to get another Andor. We're not going to get anything of that quality. It's just going to be back to the bullshit lightsabers, stormtroopers, pew pew, fucking Darth Vader cameos, and all the horse shit for the fucking brain dead morons. It'll never evolve as long as these fanboys want it to stay the same.
Yeah, and also this Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Not looking forward to that. I don't care for it.
I can't see that making money. I really can't. Because everybody, and I mean even like the normies, weren't impressed with the last season of The Mandalorian. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what I mean. Mandalorian. The first season was okay, but I've never gone back and rewatched it. So was it that good? You know what I mean? Was it that good, or was it just a refreshing change from the garbage movies what were coming out?
For me, the biggest problem with The Mandalorian is it's not The Mandalorian. It is the Grogu show.
Well, yeah.
The whole time. And so...
Well, they got rid of the fucking thing, then Disney went, no, fuck that, bring him back, man, he's a cash cow.
Yeah, bring him back, and now he's forever with the Mandalorian. And for me, this is not interesting.
I tell you what I'd do. If I was making that movie, I'd kill fucking Grogu. That's what I'd do. I'd fucking kill the little thing.
No, they ruined the Mandalorian completely by putting him the whole time with.
Dude, let's face it though, it wasn't really any good, was it? From the very beginning. It wasn't great. It was just something different after we'd watched all them terrible movies.
Yeah, but the thing is, we never get the chance to know. Because we have still not seen something like the Mandalorian, really a bounty hunter whatsoever, who is just doing his thing.
His job, yeah.
And we don't get the chance to see that. So I have no idea. And the same goes with Boba Fett. They also wasted this opportunity.
Yeah, well, that's just member berries for the fucking fanboys. You know what I mean? That show was absolute fucking garbage. Absolute rubbish.
Yeah. And the thing is, Mandalorian is already done. It's already destroyed.
I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't care less.
Because the only fans that Mandalorian has are the people who are cool with the fact that he is the whole time together with Grogu.
Yeah, it's only the fanboys who like this shit.
Yeah.
This'll be the second Star Wars movie I won't be seeing in the cinema.
Yeah, but the question is, are there enough Grogu fans to fill the cinema?
No, I don't think there is. I don't think there is.
Yeah, because normal Star Wars
It depends though, right? It depends. Because you know what fanboys are like. If they speed that hype train up, the fanboys will get on board. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, but normal Star Wars fans, I think they are not okay. With
definitely
the fact that the whole time Grogu is there, because when you want to see a Mandalorian movie or Mandalorian show or whatever, you want to see the Mandalorian.
Of course
you don't
you do,
want to see him the whole time babysitting.
Exactly. Well, no, that's not the problem. Long as you lean into it, make it a bit adult, actually make it like the show you're ripping off. Actually make it like Lone Wolf and Cub. Make it violent and fucking blood and... That's the only way you're going to save it.
The worst thing about this thing is that this Grogu creature represents Cap, my name. This sucks. This sucks so much because in the original show, Lone Wolf and Cub.
Oh, I know.
Cap is not that cute little baby.
I don't know, dude. He is cute, but he's fucking. But he's also deadly.
Yeah, he's also deadly. He's the one that kills at the end of the story. He's the one that
yeah, exactly.
Kills,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is really sucks so much that this thing rips off Lone Wolf and Cub so badly.
Badly being the right word as well.
Cutesy form. Where Grogu represents Cub, and I'm ashamed for that. Really, it sucks so much. Yeah, hate that.
Well, I can't see this movie performing well, to be honest. I really can't. But this
we'll
see.
Incoming flop.
I know I won't be watching it anyway. I know that.
Yeah, because Star Wars fans are not interested in it because it's not Star Wars, it's a Grogu show, and the normies, why should they watch it? Because it has Star Wars on it.
That's the only reason they'll watch it though, because these fucking idiots will watch anything. These fanboys, they'll watch fucking anything.
No, but I mean normies wouldn't watch it because if they don't care for Star Wars, why should they watch it?
Well, normies will just go because it's the film of the week. and they'll jump aboard the hype train. So the normies will go see it.
I don't know. Solo had also lost money. So
Well, understandably so. That's the only Star Wars movie I've not seen in the cinema.
Yeah, and so I think it depends on Star Wars fans. If the
Well,
movie is
at the end of the day, we can't really say because the movie hasn't come out. So, you know. But I'm personally not interested. I don't care.
yeah, and also a Pedro Pascal movie, I don't care anyway.
Oh, I don't
something
care.
like
I don't mind Pedro Pascal. He's not a bad actor.
But we get oversaturated with him.
It's only because he's Hollywood's flavour of the month. They'll move on to somebody else soon. You know how Hollywood is. They get the flavour of the month, stick him in everything, and then 2 years later, it's somebody else, and they'll be in everything. It's the corporate machine churning this shit out.
Oh, by the way, have you seen the latest Superman trailer?
I think I have, yeah, I think. There's another film I couldn't give a fuck about.
Yeah, I now after this trailer, I really don't give a fuck about because
It's just going to be a fucking James Gunn movie, like I've said before.
yeah, it looks really like another James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy like movie or Suicide
I
Squad
said
or
that,
something like
and I told you that'll be the case. As soon as he was on board with DC, and in talks of him doing a Superman movie, I said it's just going to be another James Gunn fucking bullshit Guardians Slither type movie. That's all it's going to be. Actually, no, Slither's not too bad.
And the scene where Superman knocks out the teeth of somebody or something or whatever.
Jeez. Oh, the Zack Snyder moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that lost me completely.
I couldn't give a fuck.
When I saw this scene, I thought, okay, it's done. This movie.
I may be tempted to go see it. Maybe. I don't know. But I know I'm going to be disappointed if I do. Do you understand what I mean? I'd like to go see a Superman movie on the big screen again. But I know I'm just going to be disappointed.
Yeah, Superman movie on big screen sounds...
There's only one Superman movie, and that's Superman the movie. That's it.
Yes, Superman the movie and Superman 2 I also like.
Nah, not really. It hasn't stood the test of time. Not as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
For me, it has. It's still my second favorite Superman movie.
I'd rather watch the Donner cut though over the Lester cut, definitely.
I like both versions, but
no, the Lester one's too jokey. It's a fucking comedy.
But I saw the Lester one, of course, more often than.
Well, yeah, all of us did. All of us, Cub. We all saw the Lester one.
No.
But it's too jokey. It's too comedic. It's a fucking no. No. That film hasn't aged well at all. It's too much of a joke. It's too much of a comedy.
Yeah, but it has also some very cool scenes in it. It's not.
Does it?
It's not a straight up comedy.
It pretty much is, though, dude. It is pretty much a straight up comedy.
Are you confusing it with Part 3?
No, not at all.
Because Part 3 is a straight up comedy.
Yeah, Superman 3 is just garbage. You don't even talk about that crap. Two's too funny as well. It's just garbage. The Donner cut's way better. Way better.
Yeah, and as I said, I still like the Lester cut.
No, I don't.
I'm so familiar with it.
I liked it at the time, don't get me wrong. I saw it in the cinema when it came out and I fucking loved it, you know what I mean? And I loved it for a number of years. And then I grew up and realised what it is. And it's just a joke. No. It's
No,
got
it
it's got
has
the same humor as his fucking Musketeer films, and no.
uh, it has some really serious scenes in it when they kill the astronauts and things like that.
Yeah,
This is
but
not
it
played out
yeah,
for
but
laughs.
yeah, but it is though. It is. Even that on the moon, it's played for laughs. It's too comedic. It doesn't work.
It's I don't think I don't see that as
It's all
well.
right, Cub.
So
You're often wrong,
I
so don't worry
disagree.
about it. It's too comedic. Superman 2, the Lester cut is way too comedic.
Yeah, and with so many bad Superman movies, probably I will never make a retrospective on Superman
Well, yeah.
because
Well, just
because I
don't bother with a retrospective. Just make a move. Just make a video about the first one, the good one. Because
yeah
there's
it
so many
can't
things you can say about that movie which are great.
yeah, but when I make a review about that, I want to talk about everything Superman,
No, but
not just
yeah,
one movie.
see, that's because you can't talk about one film and fill 8 minutes. Hang on, no, you
But
have done it before. I stand corrected.
yes, several times.
I stand corrected. I take that back, sir. Yes.
All the John Carpenter ones, or most of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just,
yeah, but the thing with Superman, it's so sad that we have
it's just
problem.
the problem is Superman is a hard character to write for. And that's why Donna did it so perfectly, because he captured the humanity of the character. And this is where everybody else since has gone wrong. They concentrate on his godlike powers and invincibility, and so they've got to put him up against somebody with equal power, and they lack the humanity of the Donna film, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, the thing with Donna, his movie really tried to stay faithful to the comic. And this
Yeah,
is the thing
yeah,
that
go
I
on.
really
I'll agree with you. Yeah, I'll go along with that. Yeah,
because the story that he tells
on
in
my
this movie,
limited knowledge of Superman
uh,
comics, but yeah,
the story that he tells in the movie is a small Superman story. It's just a small Superman adventure.
yeah,
Lex
yeah.
Luthor, he wants land, he has this plan with these nuclear bombs that he wants in the marine.
Otisville,
Yeah, Otisville. Yeah, and Superman has to prevent that.
and I do
And
actually like the 3-hour TV cut as well. I actually like that as well.
I'm not sure if I have seen that.
The 3-hour TV cut. I
Yeah,
bet you have,
I'm
dude.
not.
I bet you have.
Maybe long time ago. But the thing is, I really like that it's this a small scale story. It's
And
not.
that's all it needed to
Uh,
be. That's one of the great
yeah,
things about that film. It didn't
yeah,
need to
yeah,
be grandiose and over the top.
yeah, and
That's
because
what makes that movie. The
because
humanity of it all. You know what I mean?
from then on you have
I know that's a weird word to
always
say because he's Kryptonian, but you understand what I'm saying.
yeah, and from then on you have always all the whole planet, the whole universe, the whole galaxy is on the
Yeah,
stake
see,
and things like that.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
too much. It's too much.
yeah. And in
Concentrate
the
on the.
comic,
This is where Donna did it right. He concentrated on the characters.
yeah, and in the comic books, you had so often you had these small stories, this small adventures,
Yeah, yeah.
it was not always a whole universe at stake in every
Well,
story.
you know what I mean? You can blame Frank Miller for that, can't you? The day comics grew up, if you like.
Yeah.
People like Frank Miller and Alan Moore are to blame for that, in a way.
Yeah, but the thing is, they stopped staying true to the source material. And that's
the problem
where
is,
the
though,
problems
Superman
begin.
is basically a god. So it's hard enough to... This is why you have to do the character, not the power. Do you understand what I mean? Because his powers are almost godlike, and it's hard to write for a god. Do you know what I mean? This is why Donna concentrated on the character, not the powers.
Yeah, that's true. But as I said, it's also that he took a typical Superman comic story. Because with this story that you see in the movie, when you would read this story in a comic book, it is a typical Superman story.
Yeah.
Small scale story.
Small scale contained adventures, yeah. But like I say, that was...
uh,
And then Frank Miller and fucking Moore came along and broke the mold. And then everything had to be all serious.
Yeah, and so if they would just also with the other comic book adaptations, if they would just take typical story and make that, you see that, for example, in Spider-Man, in the first Spider-Man movie.
Oh, the Raimi one.
Yeah, the first Raimi one. You see there, it's also kind of small scale story. It's a small adventure. It's not.
That's another. Actually, that's another one which is very close to the comic book origins as well. Very close.
Yeah, yeah, and of course the sad thing about it is that they had to change the ending. The last third sucks for me personally. I hate the last third of Spider-Man.
Well,
but,
it's only because circumstances happened.
Yeah, but in Spider-Man 2, they didn't have that
I quite liked the second Raimi movie. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, and for me, Spider-Man 2, that's my favorite one. That's my absolute favorite one from all the Spider-Man, and also for most comic movies in general, because I'm a Spider-Man fan. And also, I'm a huge Doc Ock fan, and so for me, this was a dream come to life.
Yeah, but the whole origin of Doc Ock was made up for that movie, though. It wasn't true to the comics.
I know. But Doc Ock himself.
Well, that's only because you had fucking Alfred Molina playing him, and he brought a bit of gravitas to the character.
Yeah. Doc Ock himself was.
And it looked good. You've got to admit that movie looks good as well. Even today, if you watch it now, it still holds up. It looks great.
Yeah.
And then it all went down the toilet with the third one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because Venom. Yeah. Venom.
Because Venom. Yeah. Oh, fuck me.
Character I never cared about. I couldn't give a shit.
Dude,
about
when Venom first came out, Venom was cool when he first came out.
Yeah, which I missed.
Before they turned him into an anti-hero. When Venom was the bad guy and he just went around eating brains and trying to kill Peter Parker, that was when Venom was at his best.
For me, the only cool thing about Venom was when he was not Venom, when he was just the suit of Spider-Man. That's it.
Just that alien thing from the Secret Wars, yeah. Until he took it to Reed Richards, and Reed Richards told him what was going on, yeah.
Oh, so you think the new Spider-Man is going to take his suit to
No, don't be
the
silly.
to the Mandalorian?
Don't be silly. Do you think these movies are ever going to be comic accurate? Don't be silly.
No, do you think Tom Holland is going to take his suit to Pedro Pascal and ask him about it?
Are we going to see Tom Holland spinning around New York City in a Fantastic Four costume with a paper bag over his head?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, or saving Doc Connors from after the Secret Wars.
Yeah. Oh, I know they're going to fuck that Secret Wars because they haven't even introduced the Beyonder, have they? So how are they going to do a Secret Wars when nobody in the cinematic universe they haven't introduced the Beyonder? So how's Secret Wars going to work?
Oh, it's no problem. They're going to do the same thing as usual. They're going to call it Secret Wars, but in fact, it would be something they completely pulled out of their ass.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, they could actually do Secret Wars now because Disney own all the characters. So they could actually do Secret Wars properly. But you know as well as I do, Cub, they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, because they own all the characters and can do everything properly. They decided to make a female Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't matter. It's another dimension. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that there's a female Silver Surfer because it's not in the 616 universe, so it doesn't matter.
For me, there are two red linings in that movie. The first one, of course, Pedro Pascal. I hate this guy.
Yeah, dude. If you remember when I first heard Pedro Pascal was Mr. Fantastic, what did I say? Wrong. That is bad casting. But in the trailers and stuff, man, he suits the part. I think he looks the part and he suits it. We'll see.
He barely appears there. He barely appears in the trailers.
I'm hoping the Fantastic Four movie will be good, but because I really love the Fantastic Four, and I hope this movie's going to be good, but I know it won't be because every time they've tried to do a Fantastic Four film, elements of it are good, but on the whole, no, they just miss the point all the time.
Yeah, the main reason that it's going to be crap is Disney. Because Disney can't do it.
Well, we'll see.
I mean,
I can't comment on a movie I haven't seen. I would like it to be good, but I know it won't be.
Yeah.
It'll just be another Marvel movie.
Oh yeah, just look at the last 10 Disney Marvel movies, and then tell
10?
me if you can say
10? Just 10? I think you're being generous there, Cub. 10?
Yeah, but just saying, why do you think this is the big exception? The last 10 were complete garbage.
Look, I'm not saying it's going to be an exception. I just want it to be because I love the Fantastic Four.
And even the only two successful ones that were not even from Disney partially.
Yeah, the Fox
Spider-Man one and the Deadpool one.
Oh,
they were also complete garbage.
Yeah, I still don't understand the praise that Deadpool and Wolverine gets. I do not understand that at all. Because it's just member berry bullshit.
And it's not funny.
The only funny bit in Deadpool and Wolverine is when they're fighting outside a shop, and it's a shoe shop, and it's Liefeld's 4 feet or whatever it says. I thought that was funny because that's an in-joke for comic readers. Because Rob Liefeld can't draw feet. And I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Liefeld's 4 feet or whatever the shop was called. That made me laugh. I thought that was really funny. And it was an in-joke just for the comic nerds.
Yeah. but I
But
can't
the
see what
film on it, the film itself was just
well,
no. It had no substance. It was just this, and then this happens, and then like most modern movies, just move along to the next set piece. Blah 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 blah. No explanation, no nothing. Just
yeah,
move it
and
along to the
also
next action sequence.
to put in this stupid company here from Loki. Here,
Well,
this
I never
time.
watched Loki because I'm not a Thor fan. I never have been. So I don't care about Thor or Loki or because I've
Yeah,
never
yeah,
been a Thor guy.
these time meddler here, TEM or
Yeah,
TMT or
yeah, I'm
something like
aware
that.
of it because they did a comic
Uh,
run. They did a comic run with him. I never read it, but yeah, I just don't care.
uh,
I don't care
yeah,
about anything
worst.
connected to Thor. I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'd like this Fantastic Four movie to be good, but I know it won't be. I know it'll be a
No.
huge disappointment.
Yeah, the funniest thing is from the three big movies that are coming out here, Fantastic Four, Superman, and
Exactly.
Jurassic Park.
And welcome, Darren. And you have exactly hit the nail on the head. You are totally right, Dazzy.
Yeah,
I've just noticed the
uh,
chat.
the real sad thing is going to be that the worst of them all, Jurassic World, is going to be the most entertaining at the end. I tell you, I'm going to be at least disappointed from these three movies. The least one is Jurassic World, the one that
Oh, who
I
cares about
normally
that?
would care.
Nobody cares about
But
that shit, do they? Nobody fucking cares.
I I'm going to tell you, by watching all three of them, I'm going at the end. I'm going to say, yeah, the one that pissed me off the least is the Jurassic World one.
Well, the first one with Chris Pratt was enough for me. I never bothered after that.
No,
That was
and
enough.
I hate Jurassic World.
That was
I
enough for me.
hate it.
I was done after
I,
that film.
I'm not just going to watch it because of my review, because I'm going to release a new review, uh, expand here the one from last year, and and that's the only reason why I'm going to watch it in the first place. But I'm pretty sure it is going to be from these three best one. And I hate this franchise. I hate Jurassic World. I can't stand any of them.
No,
So this is really
it's because everything has to
this.
be a franchise nowadays. They can't leave anything alone. Everything's got to be a sequel, a reboot, a rehash, a franchise.
Yeah, and I'm also pretty sure it's going to beat both of them at the box office. Yeah, Jurassic World. That's for sure.
I don't know why. I really don't understand the logic, but you know. But like I say,
Yeah.
your general movie going audiences are all thick as pig shit anyway. They'll just watch anything and
Yeah.
clap like seals because the audience have been dumbed down for the past 15 years, where you can accept slop and think it's great. So, you know.
What do you think? Could one of them really bomb the Superman or Fantastic Four?
I don't think they'll bomb. No, I, I, th- I, th- I think Superman will make a bit of money. I don't know why, but I think the Fantastic Four will probably break even and make a little bit of money. But I can't see if Marvel Studios and Disney are pinning their hopes on this Fantastic Four movie. I think they're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, my projection for Fantastic Four wouldn't be good at all.
I think it'll make money, but I don't think
Because
it'll make as much money as Disney want.
because Fantastic Four in general, all the Fantastic Four movies till now weren't the big hits or something like that.
Yeah,
Never.
well, but it's got a couple of selling points. You know what I mean? we're actually going to see Galactus this time. So, that's a big selling point for the film.
Okay, but there is a huge minus point also for the movie, and that's Disney, because when you go after,
Well, that's the problem. It'll just be a safe Disney movie, and that's the problem.
yeah, but the thing is, the last Disney Marvel movies were no hits.
Well,
They were bombs.
Well, they're all shit. They've been shit. They've been shit since fucking Civil War, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and they were all underperforming. Every one of them. The only ones that didn't underperform were just the ones here, the one from Sony and Deadpool and the one from Fox. But the others every one of them were underperforming.
Yeah.
So when you think, okay, this Fantastic Four has a better chance than the other Fantastic Four before it, because now, but exactly the opposite is the case. Because since the attachment of Disney to it, then you have to also attach the bombs that they had in the last years with Disney Marvel.
Well, Well, they barely broke even, haven't they? So, it's not a good sign.
The last one was straight up flops. Where the Marvels, you have...
No, right, let me stop you there. Marvel's made money. So did Captain America.
Really?
Yes, they did. Don't listen to them lying YouTubers you watch. Do some research and look at the facts.
But didn't the Marvels just make 200 million worldwide?
That's slightly underperformed. It wasn't the projection they wanted. It broke even. Just broke even.
With 200 million?
Yeah, but it made more than that.
No.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Do the research. Yes, it did.
Yes. I know that it made just 200 and so million. No, not much more than 200.
Look at overall.
Yeah, worldwide. It was a huge flop, and Captain America 4
made money. Captain America 4 made money, regardless of what them dickhead YouTubers you watch say. Captain America 4 made money. Not much, but it made money.
With 430 million.
It's only just about broke even, basically, with some change. Because all them YouTubers you watch just lie to you, dude. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah, sure, but the official budget is 180 million for Captain America 4.
Yeah, and it made about 350, so it broke even.
Yeah, but the 350, you don't have the advertising in there.
Yeah, but they don't spend the money on advertising like they used to do. It's not like the old days when they spent half of the budget on advertising. They don't do that anymore. They haven't done for a long time. Because everything's all digital now, and it's not like the old days when they took out adverts and newspapers and billboards, and them days are gone. They don't spend that amount of money on advertising anymore. They don't need to now.
They spend less money on advertising than
before? Every movie does nowadays. They spend a fraction of what they used to do 10 years ago.
Yeah, sure. When you think it was not a bomb, that's your opinion.
It wasn't a bomb, but it wasn't a success either. It didn't bomb. It made him a little bit of money. Not much.
No.
It did.
It did. It didn't.
Yes, it did.
You know that they lied about the budget.
They can't lie about budgets because of shareholders and things. It's illegal. This is what these other dickhead YouTubers lie about. They can't lie about things like that because they're shareholders. They can't lie about budgets.
Yeah, but even the mainstream is doubting the 180 million number.
No. It made money. Not much, but it made money.
Yeah, sure.
It did.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, if you think so,
No, I know
and you
so.
know, oh, okay. So when this one made money, then probably,
It didn't make much, dude.
uh,
It just
uh,
about made a little bit more than breaking even. They made a very,
okay.
very small profit. Very small.
Yeah, but Ant-Man Part 3, Quantumania, made even more money as Captain America 4.
Yeah, it did.
But this, yeah, but this is
But the
officially
problem with that was,
considered a flop.
yeah, that's because the budget for fucking Ant-Man was fucking ridiculous.
You, you mean that the budget for Ant-Man 3 was higher than the one for Captain America 4?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But didn't they had massive reshoots on Captain America 4?
Every movie has massive reshoots, dude. Every film.
Yeah, but on Captain America 4, they were so massive that they had to delay the whole movie for a year.
It wasn't quite a year, but I get where you're going. I get what train you're going on.
No, but these are facts. This is not made up or something like that.
Yeah, there
You
was
know that
reshoots. Like every movie has extensive reshoots.
Yeah, yeah, but Captain America
Because of
didn't come
stupid test
out.
audiences.
Yeah, okay, but Captain America didn't come out when it's supposed to come out. It came out 1 year later.
Yeah, go on, I'll go with that. It did have a... Yeah, the release date was put back 3 times, I think. I do believe, so yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Quantumania came out on its release date. So the reshoots of Quantumania have to be less than the ones on Captain America 4.
Not really.
Not really, but this is just logic.
Yeah, but it'll be about the same. You know what I mean? As far as reshoots and things like that go.
Yeah. Aren't they still reshooting on Captain America 4? Are they even finished?
Yeah, I think that's done and dusted, dude. And it won't be remembered. I mean, it's not the worst Marvel movie. It's not Endgame. Fucking hell, that is the worst fucking Marvel movie.
The worst one.
Well, it's a toss-up between Endgame and Black Panther, as far as I'm concerned, and the last two Thor movies,
Black Panther.
and the last two Thor movies as well.
They
'Cause
both Black Panther are the absolute worst. This
I
unwatchable.
much prefer the second Black Panther movie over the first one.
Ugh. But the second one is longer.
Yeah, so
That means you have to suffer through more Black Panther. And it has less Black Panther in it.
that's probably why I enjoy it more.
In fact, it has no Black Panther in it.
Of course there is. Shuri becomes Black Panther, doesn't she? Or is that in something else?
Yes, but doesn't she become Black Panther? Yeah, so we have no Black Panther in it. Because Black Panther is a guy.
No, Black Panther is a mantle. It can be male or female. Black Panther is a mantle, not a person.
Yeah, so it's a guy.
No, it can be anybody.
Yeah, but isn't Black Panther supposed to be the strongest?
And it can also be anybody.
So it can't be a woman.
Of course it can.
Yeah, but Shuri is not the strongest. It's not stronger than all the men.
Well, you know. Dude, they're fictional characters. They're fictional characters, so a woman can beat up a man twice the size. They're fictional.
Yeah, sure. But they have made up the rules themselves. Wasn't
Yeah,
the
I
first
totally
movie
agree. They have.
about
Yes, I
the
agree with you.
fight of the two strongest guys about the mantle of Black Panther? Was the first movie was about that or not? When T'Challa or what's his name here? This guy here, Killmonger. When he wanted to take over.
Oh God, I can't stand that actor. That's probably why I didn't like the first Black Panther movie, despite the
Yeah,
shoddy
yeah,
CGI.
yeah, yeah. And he wanted to take over because they were fighting for the throne. These two guys. So the strongest becomes the leader,
I still haven't got
like in a
around to
normal
watching
tribe.
that fucking Sinners yet. Fucking hell, I still haven't got around to watching that yet.
I'm never going to watch that. That's for sure.
It's supposed to be really
Because
good, apparently, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
I hate the main actor and I hate the director, which is
I
more.
don't mind the director, but fucking who is it? Ryan Coogler, the guy, the Black Panther guy.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't like Michael B. Jordan as a person. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I think he's a cocky little
Since,
cunt.
since I hate everything that this guy has made till now, why should I watch his crap when I don't have to?
Luke, dude, I'm on board with the fuck Michael B. Jordan train because I don't like that guy. I think he's a cocky, arrogant bastard in real life. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you mean Creed?
I don't like the guy. He can act.
Yeah.
He can act. But I just don't like the person. I think he's a very cocky, arrogant fucking bastard. I don't.
Oh, when you say he can act, do you mean Fantastic?
Oh shit, he was in that, wasn't he? I forgot he
Yeah.
was even in that.
Oh, now I see what. Oh, now I understand what you mean. Yeah, he was really brilliant acting there.
Yeah, well,
Nobody's
that whole film is
nobody's
garbage.
yeah, nobody sits better uninterested on a chair as he does. Yeah,
I forgot he
and
was
doesn't
even.
give a fuck.
I forgot all about that fucking movie, like most people have. I think that's just a black spot nobody talks about. No pun intended.
Yeah, Fantastic.
The only
Oh,
good thing
now we
about
get.
that was Sue Storm. They actually got Sue Storm right in that movie. Well, sort of. Not totally, but
Yeah,
sort of.
yeah, and this time we get even more Sue Storm in this new one.
Good, Sue Storm's. I want to know what they're going to do with Franklin. That's my concern. Because Franklin is basically a god. So, I don't know what they're going to do with Franklin. And I know he's in the movie because I've seen the trailer and he's a baby. So I know
Yeah,
Franklin's in it.
he's already a baby. Yeah, uh,
But
yeah.
Franklin Richards, mate, is one of the most powerful people in the Marvel Universe.
uh, which I never ever read a story about, by the way.
Dude, Franklin's been around for decades.
The Fantastic Four that I have read were without Franklin.
Yeah, that was just the 60s stuff and early
Yeah,
70s. By the late
yeah,
70s and early I think, well, I can't think when Franklin came into the Fantastic Four. Very early
yeah,
80s, I think.
yeah. Because I can't remember any Franklins there.
Yeah, he's one of the most powerful people in the Marvel universe. So I don't know what
Yeah.
they're gonna do with him in this film.
So for me, this is already new stuff.
Well, it's part of me curiosity. I want to see how Franklin is tied up with this.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to put him in the first movie.
Well, yeah, it's not a bad idea either, because, like you say, we've already had, what, 3 Fantastic Four movies? So we don't really need
Uh,
an explanation. Just, they have a kid, job done.
Yeah, but wouldn't that then be the Fantastic Five
No.
when Franklin is also there?
Well, no. Because even in the
Is he
comics, it
not?
was
Is
still the Fantastic Four, even though Franklin
Yeah,
Richards was in the comics. It's still the
yeah,
FF.
yeah. It's but then the FF when Franklin is there has to be for Fantastic Five because he's also fantastic or not. He's even his name is even fantastic. His name is Franklin Fantastic.
Well, maybe in that movie, I don't know.
No, when he's the son of Reed Richards, who is Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, but he's Reed Richards. Mr. Fantastic is his fucking,
Oh my.
what's the word? Either way, it's Franklin Richards. It's not fucking Fantastic Franklin, is it?
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think it's a good idea to put
I do. I think it's a good idea
a super
because
powerful
then
baby
when
in
no
there.
no no yeah, but once we move forward, if anybody's still watching these movies in another 5-10 years time, then we can see Franklin grow to the fucking godlike being he really is. You know what I mean? Hopefully, if they do it
Uh,
well, anyway.
so he's somebody who can stretch and make himself invisible, or what?
No, 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 no. He hasn't got the Fantastic Four's powers.
Uh,
He
so
doesn't
what's special
stretch or
about
turn
him?
invisible. Actually, hang on. I think there was an issue where he did turn invisible. Maybe. I think there was.
Yeah, but if he's the son of them, shouldn't he have also their powers and not just any powers?
Yeah, I know, dude, but comic books, they've got to separate it, haven't they? You can't just have a kid in the comic books who's got the powers of the parents, because that'll just be boring.
Yeah, uh, but if you want to see how this with Franklin would go, just
Oh fuck!
watch The
I
Incredibles.
wonder if they're going to go down the Super Scroll.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're going to go down that road.
just watch The Incredibles, the first Incredibles.
Well,
Then
yeah,
you
that's
have
that's the best Fantastic Four film ever made.
yeah. Even if they have made from Sue Storm Elasto Woman.
Yeah, well, it's still the best Fantastic Four film ever made. Right, and on that note, I've just
Yeah.
realised the time, Cub. Shall we wrap this one up?
Yep.
Right, so
Yeah.
so it's good night from me.
Yeah. A good night for me.
See you next time. Same bat channel. Good night, folks.